If you've ever looked at a stack of hotel TVs and thought, this is easy money, I need you to slow down for a second. I've been there, and that excitement is exactly what almost made me lose money early on. What looks like a simple flip can turn into a pile of problems if you don't know what you're actually buying. One thing I learned the hard way is this: just because a TV turns on does not mean it's a good buy. I used to plug it in, see a picture, and feel confident. But later, I realized that the real issues don't show up in those first few seconds. These hotel TVs can be very deceptive. They look clean, they look maintained, but they're built differently from the TVs people use at home. So if you're not careful, you're not buying a product, you're buying restrictions. The first thing I always tell anyone getting into this is to test HDMI before anything else. I don't care how sharp the picture looks. If HDMI is not working properly, you're going to struggle to sell that TV. And don't just plug it in once and move on. Wiggle the cable a bit, try different ports, switch inputs a few times. I've seen TVs where HDMI works only at certain angles, and that becomes your problem later. Now let's talk about hospitality mode, because this is where a lot of beginners get caught. These TVs are made for hotels, not for normal use. Some limit volume, some lock inputs, and some block settings completely. I've seen guys buy a TV thinking it's fine, only to get home and realize they can't access half the settings. At that point, you're stuck with something that works, but is frustrating to use. Buyers don't want frustration. So before you pay, press every button you can. Go into the settings, test inputs, adjust volume, and make sure it behaves like a normal TV. If it feels restricted, treat it as risky. Another thing I didn't take seriously at the beginning was burn-in. You won't notice it immediately unless you know what to look for. Hotel TVs often display the same content for long hours. So now I always test with plain colors like white, gray, red, and blue. That's where the truth shows up. If I see ghost images or shadows, I walk away immediately. Because once a buyer notices those marks at home, they come back to you. And now your cheap deal becomes a refund problem. Let me tell you something else that changed how I buy. Always listen to why they're selling. Most people ignore this, but it matters. If they say renovation or upgrades, that's usually fine. But if they say some work and some don't, that's a warning. And then there are the small things like missing remote, stand, or cables. At first, I ignored these. Now I don't. Because every missing piece slows you down. It makes testing harder and selling harder. Anything that slows you down costs you money. One mistake beginners make is buying based on excitement. You see a cheap deal and rush. I've done it myself. But the best flippers are the ones who say no the most. Walking away is a skill. If you're starting, don't rush into bulk buying. 10 TVs can mean 10 problems. Start with 1 or 2. Take them home, test, clean, list, and see real response. That experience teaches more than guessing. At the end of the day, this is not about TVs. It's about how you manage risk.